Alright, hey everyone, this is Nitro. So, this video will be covering the grand finals of the Apex Arena playoffs, which is between TrueGod and Roylee. So let's jump in and take a look at this battle. So the match is starting in, I guess, 20 seconds. So this should be interesting to see. I think most people are favoring Roylee as the winner for this season, but we'll see how it goes. And Roylee gets to go first for the first battle on the Gemini Bridge Inverse Wave map. So this is a map which favors Juggler as the tank more than Landius, although, at the end of the day, either tank could work. Interesting comment, Uchiha Dane. And thanks, Jared. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Yeah, I can't blame you. I mean, it is kind of ridiculous, the number of people who went for Roylee rather than TrueGod. Yeah, so both sides have banned Landius, or sorry. Oh, interesting. TrueGod did not ban Roylee's Juggler, but Roylee did ban the Juggler of TrueGod. And TrueGod has gone for the strategy of banning healers, right? So there is no Iris, Waller, or Liana. This is the strategy that I've used all of Season 3 before I reached the playoffs. So it's nice to see someone actually do it, especially in the grand finals, right? I've always been wondering why people have been running 3 healers this season. But with that said, there are ways around the 3 healers because there's, like, for example, Deedlit provides healing, Juggler provides healing, Rachel provides healing. You can even have Listel provide healing if she has that skill, right? And a lot of characters actually have self-healing abilities too, like Yusuke. Zerda, if she's on the field, will provide self-healing buffs to any Meteor faction heroes. So in some ways, it does become possible to run just 3 healers. But it's very interesting to see that TrueGod has pulled this strategy that I've used all season long. So far, Roylee's bans have been pretty accurate. Pretty much the bans I would do, right? Juggler to start, then Deedlit and Liana. Right? He's taking out healers, but also damage dealers and act again characters. Rush boxes are usually very viable before the playoffs. Right? I just didn't feel that rush boxes were a great choice for the playoffs. But then again, as others have mentioned, now that there's so many characters who can provide healing in some way or another, you can run a rush box. I don't know. I mean, I basically got into Langrisser rank by constantly banning healers. So it is what it is, right? But this should be fairly interesting to see. Yes. That is the very reason I have banter off, because there are so many weird comments. I saw enough of those in the previous season. So, moving on, let's talk about their pick ban situation so far. I wasn't really paying attention that much to the banning phase so much, but Roylee continues to get rid of characters who are hybrids, right? Damage dealers and healers, right? Or characters who can act again and so on. So far, TrueGod has ended up with Landius and Listel, Tieris and Yusuke, which is actually a pretty good selection of characters. He's lost Mystery Knight though, which is the one character that is very capable of one-shotting Landius, and same with Rachel, who is removed. Hiei for the Ignore Guard. Roylee has actually managed to deploy 2 Ignore Guard characters, which is huge for him. You know, Deedlit is the kind of hybrid healer. Alustriel and Zerda both have self-healing capabilities, right? Alustriel through her Ignore Guard hat, and Zerda because of the Meteor faction buff. So on the whole, Roylee, even though Roylee has no actual healer, he's in a pretty good situation. And if I was Roylee here, I'd probably... Okay, interesting. So Yusuke against Bozo. Yusuke, I guess, presumably because he also has the ability to self-heal, right? So, one side has TRS for healing, the other side has basically everyone more or less capable of self-healing in one way or another. Except for Landius, but you know, Deedlit has that Sea of Miracles skill, so this will be an interesting fight to see how this one plays out. Roylee may have trouble assassinating Bozo though. I'm going to assume they all have Swordsmith Metal Bozos, so to kill Bozo will be difficult. So let's see just how this one plays out. Yeah. I'm very curious if TrueGod's healer ban strategy will work out. I think Roylee will win, but I'm kind of neutral. I don't particularly favor anyone in the playoffs in general. The other thing that should be mentioned is, yes, Roylee has the ability to stop healing on TrueGod with Dark Tinker on Yusuke, right? Because as long as it doesn't kill someone, it applies cannot be healed for 2 turns. By comparison, Deedlit has the Gospel skill, which can pretty much prevent any kind of effect like that. Of course, it's important to mention that, you know, Landius doesn't particularly have much healing for Roylee's side, but still. So TrueGod plays Skeleton Knights on both Bozo and Yusuke. It's an interesting choice. I'm kind of surprised by Skeleton Knights over Zealots on Yusuke, particularly. But, yeah. I mean, Bozo with Skeleton Knights isn't necessarily a bad thing, because... well, Bozo should be very hard to kill anyways, right? As long as Bozo is bringing non-sorceresses, he's ridiculously hard to kill in one shot. So, yeah. There is a skill increase and 3 mobility on Bozo, so this is a Swordsmith Metal Bozo. So it ignores guard. Or sorry, ignores fixed damage. The interesting question is, looking at the attack value and int value of this Zerda, it's a Killing Blow Bloodthirster one, so it can ignore the Skeleton Knights, right? So Zerda should be able to kill after all. And Alustriel is running Bone Dinos for maximum attack value. So it's Uller's Bow equipped with Bone Dinos. Fair enough. So effectively 2 range. Yeah, Zerda's voice changes with the skin. So, I guess the expectation here is pretty much Zerda will Bloodthirster and choose someone to kill, which should probably be Bozo, right? Unless he goes after Tieris early on. Yeah. With the ability to ignore soldiers, Zerda can very easily kill Tieris, right? The Bolt Rangers won't matter here. I don't think Zerda has any ability to kill off Lestel or Yusuke though. Both of these characters have extremely high defense, and presumably both of them have last rites. So with both of those factors, I don't think a 1439 attack Zerda can kill them. Not unless they were damaged previously. Now, the interesting thing here is, why is Alustriel running Onrush? Was that a skill selection mistake? Because with this skill selection build, Alustriel does not do full damage in melee range, at least not to my knowledge. Right? She needs the other 1-point skill to be able to do full damage in melee range, so I'm not sure what Onrush is doing here. Right? Should have been Emerald Crusher, the other ranged attack skill. Well, regardless, I mean, interesting skill choice. Yeah. Not what I would have done for sure, but it is what it is. Dennis, you had to bet before the match begins. It's not EMB because of 3 range. Alustriel by herself only has 2. So this is an Elder's Bow Alustriel. So that's why I'm so confused about the Onrush selection. Very odd. Very, very odd. But, okay. So yeah, Zerda activates Bloodthirster. Ready to assassinate someone. 7 range, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it can't reach Tieris right now. I don't think it can reach Yusuke either. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So it can't reach Yusuke. It can't reach Tieris. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It can currently reach Bozel. But if Bozel moves 1 step back, he's safe. So well, the other thing to mention is, did Roylee always have a Lancer? Landius? I don't think he did. This might have been a change specifically for this match. It does mean Roylee's Landius counters TrueGod's Landius though. The mix is, I believe, to counter Yusuke, right? That way Yusuke can't one-shot this Landius. Because of the 45% physical damage reduction. It might also be that Roylee does not have, let's say, Lancer soldiers leveled up, right? Not everyone leveled up Treant Guardians and, you know, Heavy Centurions, which are the 2 Lancers that Landius has access to. Tierra's skills, pretty standard. Heal, Miracle, Attack, Blessing. I mean, Attack Blessing will be used on Yusuke. That's the only single target striker here, after all. Yep, so there we go. And that's an interesting choice. So he's moved his Tieris into range of Zerda. I guess TrueGod is willing to offer Tieris as a sacrifice to kill the enemy Zerda. So Deedlit is infantry class, so she does not do that well against Landius. That's another thing to mention. I am a little bit surprised she activated Sea of Miracles already. Is Roylee going to make a move already? I guess that's what he's thinking about. Yeah, I wouldn't make a move here either. So yeah, he moves back. It wasn't the right time, not with both Listel and Bozo ready to act. One interesting thing Listel could do is Reaper's Touch this Zerda. But I think Zerda is going to go for the Suicide Strike. So her Meteor faction buff doesn't really buff anyone on this team. And it is probably the best option. So Alustriel, as a side note, has really extreme movement due to the 4 chances to negate mobility penalties when moving through defensive terrain. Oh. Interesting! Onrush was able to one-shot Tieris? And he chose not to use the roundabout. Ah, because he's immune to all debuffs. What an interesting choice. Okay, that's something I've never tested. A melee Onrush to one-shot Tieris like that. I'm actually kind of shocked it worked. Holy. I need to level up my bone dinos, clearly. So, Alustriel can actually completely run away right now. Right. So that was a nice attack from Roylee. That was a free kill. And he can retreat Alustriel completely. Or he can choose to commit Zerda to maybe kill off Yusuke. Either option is available. But run away first. I agree. That's a safer move. Yusuke can move up to here and then attack, what, 5 tiles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, Alustriel completely escaped after killing off Tieris. That should be game 1, just like that. I'm going to have to start running Onrush on my Alustriel, clearly. If it ignores ranged damage penalties, then I really need to do that. Jared, look to someone else to do that video. That one is going to take an insane amount of time. Sorry, I just don't have the time to do that one. I've been expecting someone to do it as well, but yeah, I think everyone is just, they don't have the time to make a video like that. There's just too many elements to it. Too many characters, you know. You have to go over every single class of soldiers and demonstrate battles every single time. So it's pretty brutal to do. But yeah, Roylee has a massive advantage now. Right? Healing Light is going to wear off very soon. No. Zerda has an opportunity to take out a character at will. No, trade a character, I should say. And there is the opportunity to kill either Yusuke or Bozo here. Oh wait, no there isn't. There are actually one tile away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, Zerda can kill Bozo, can't kill Yusuke. Yeah. I guess this is exactly what, well, as I said, nobody let me play my Alustriel when I got into the playoffs, but I actually did not know that Onrush was that effective. So it was very interesting to see. But yeah, this is pretty much, I guess, this is the best PvP build Alustriel, right? Bone Dinos with Alert Bow. But having both of those leveled up may be difficult. Yeah, that too, right? Deeds, for the matter, so does Elven Aura. Deedlit in general works very well with Alustriel, right? If Deedlit uses Elven Aura, then characters are treated as if they're in forests. So that would allow Alustriel to attack from any tile and ignore guard and so on. So now Roylee is just waiting, right? Let the healing light expire, and then he has an absolutely insane advantage. The only question is, will he kill Bozo, or will he move back Zerida? He goes after Bozo. And moves back 2 tiles. So, Yusuke is allowed to kill Zerida now, but it's still 4 versus 3. Did I fight Subsequence in Apex? No, I fought Yeezy Boost, who made it to the top 16. So, for this turn, Yusuke has no attack skills. Right? And then after this turn, his Spiritual Outbreak wears off, and he loses attack blessing as well. So, Roylee is continuing to just hold back and be patient. No, it's not a corona cough. I mean, I could turn on animations, I guess? Whatever. Very bad time. I'll have it next week. I'm nearly there. I'm just spending $1 every day pretty much to get it. This Echoes of Light ends on the 4th, so I have to get the spending done on Wednesday, which is what I'm going to do. Can I beat Roylee? Probably not. Actually, make that hell no, rather than probably not. Actually, I've beaten TrueGod during the season. But I think I have no chance at all against Roylee. No, I don't really think so, Michael. I don't think there'll be that much of a change. People's parties will start changing up, but inherently, anyone who spends money has an advantage. Because all the new heroes are PvP oriented. So if you spend money, you're gonna have access to those new heroes. And the other factor in all this is that training grounds has a huge effect, right? And, you know, unless you pretty much whale or do a massive amount of grinding, you're not going to have a training ground that's leveled up like they have. Shipper, I already bought that for a year. I don't think I need to buy it for 2 years. New tanks in Apex? Not anytime soon. I mean, some people might start using Ledin and Emilia and so on, but they're not going to be common, right? Amongst other reasons, it's that nobody can afford to build those 2 other tanks to 6 stars. That's not a question I can cover during a stream, Sean. But there is a website you can refer to for that kind of information. Alright, so currently enemy Landius got the Dark Tinker cannot be healed debuff applied on him, but there's no healing anyways. So that doesn't even really matter. Looks like Yusuke took a lot of damage, I guess because Thorns activated on Landius. And Listel... Well, Listel's, what's it called? Listel's Last Rites is currently broken. Wow. Okay, that's ridiculously tanky. How did this Landius even survive that? What the heck? He should have never lived against that attack. Ridiculous. Oh, and here comes... So Deedlit uses Sea of Miracles to heal up everyone a bit, right? Landius still has not used his revival yet. And Yusuke did no damage at all to this Listel. Ah, Blood Dance. Okay, got it. Makes sense. So, Deedlit Gospels, act again. And probably attack and kill Landius. Yep. Using Elven Aura. Not sure Elven Aura was necessary there, but hey, whatever works. And yeah, I mean, 4 against 2, it's totally over. Yeah. Dark Tinker. Alustriel totally shrugs that off because this is a Dark Tinker without Psychic Eruption. Or a faction buff. And also, this Alustriel has the Twilight Star as well. Important to note. Right? So yeah, TrueGod gives up. Pretty much every soldier, Michael. The most common one is Zealots. But sometimes you see Skeleton Knights, as TrueGod used. But Zealots is pretty much considered Yusuke's bread and butter. Alright, so Roylee brought in Luna instead of Alustriel for this second battle. Interesting. And yes, TrueGod brought in Angelina. So minor adjustments for both sides. I'm actually kind of surprised Roylee removed Alustriel when she was so effective that first match. I'm going to quickly jump out for a second and just quickly mention why the Twilight Star is so good. Right? I actually only have one myself. And the main reason for Twilight Star is the fixed damage before combat, right? And the other thing about it is if the enemy is formed of mixed units, they will not be invulnerable to this fixed damage at this time. So that second effect is what makes it really, really good, because it can do fixed damage to Listel no matter what before combat begins. So Listel will not have Last Rites active at all. So, yeah. I wish I had more Twilight Stars, really. Let's just jump back in and take a look. Ah, good point. Yes, Floating Courtyard is a terrible map for Alustriel. Yes. Very good point, Di Chong. This map is absolutely horrendous for Alustriel. I've tried using her on it before. Yes, there's some grassland in the middle, but it's still just a terrible map in general for Alustriel. Does not work well. Below, I would say that's partly true and partly false. For example, I've been pretty much free to play. Pretty much anyways. And I've gotten into the playoffs anyways. I mean, I have no expectation into getting into, like, let's say, the top 16 or anything like that. But the playoffs is very makeable as a free to play. Kratos, yes, she can use demon troops, but she doesn't have very good demon troops in general. The only one that has 5 mobility is Undead Knight. And Undead Knight don't fly. Yeah, Twilight Star gets added to the pool after the banner. The problem though is it's an accessory. Good luck trying to get accessories, right? No, I don't. Fearer, no. Witch's Reminiscence is not meant to counter Listel. It's actually meant to counter Leonhard. And his ability to make you unable to act again. In general, if you want to counter Listel, you mainly use Gospel. So, Deedlit, Rachel, Liana. Axe, until recently, I didn't really spend. Actually, I didn't even buy privileges until, I think, October or November 2019. So, free-to-plays in this game are reasonably competitive, assuming you've played since day one. Now I've put money in, but at this point, it is actually pretty late. Primarily, yes, pretty much. But the only character you really want the Witch's Reminiscence on is, as I mentioned before, Liana. Because the plus mobility buff from Tenyo's headdress is far more important, generally speaking. Oh. Okay, so Roylee once again, healers banned, right? So full assault team with a lot of self-healing characters once again, right? Deedlit as the primary healer. Interesting choice of not bringing Mystery Knight and instead choosing to bring Claret. I can't say that's wrong. Zerida for assassinations yet again. Yusuke. Liana may be a problem in this match though, right? Gospel. As would be Mystery Knight. So this is going to be interesting. I'm not I actually favor TrueGod's party over Roylee's for this particular fight. But once again, I can be wrong. Like, I don't understand Claret enough to be able to truly judge this. It's possible Claret can take out TrueGod's Landius? I don't know. I'm kind of surprised though that TrueGod was allowed to play the party that he's playing. Well, let's see what can happen here. Okay, if TrueGod has two characters capable of attacking, Mystery Knight and Luna, right? Zerida can absolutely assassinate one of them with Shadow Raid, right? So in that sense, that leaves only one character for TrueGod to attack afterwards. And Claret can help keep him honest in terms of trying to teleport forward to attack and so on. So I think that's what Claret is for, right? Because if he tries to teleport, let's say, one of these characters forward, Claret can probably charge in and kill. Ah. So Roylee chose to bring Templar Knights this time for their high magic defense to counter Mystery Knight. Presumably anyways. But Langrisser himself has very low magic defense in the Lancer class. So does that actually work out? I'm not sure. I feel like Knight of Mysteries can one-shot Landius anyways. Regardless, I mean, it's not a bad choice in soldiers. It's his best soldier choice anyways in this kind of situation. Magic defense, as I just said. Ridiculously high magic defense value on the Templar Knights. There isn't really a good choice in general for Landius here, because Luna can one-shot, probably. Although this Luna has... yeah. And so can Mystery Knight, right? I'm guessing... I feel in this kind of situation, the Treant Guardians may have been his best soldier, right? But I'm thinking Roylee doesn't have those Treant Guardians leveled up. So he chose to use Templar Knights. A bunch. Chloe, Sonya, Liffany. Anyone who has their 3C. If you're asking if they're top tier, probably not, but they're usable to get into gold rank, okay? Once again, Langrisser rank matches are generally a different story. You better have pretty much a full SSR team. Pretty much anyways. But Liffany is very usable now, especially now that he has her 3C. Right? People use Varna a lot. Stuff like that. Avkur, the problem is, in order to use Templar Knights, you're going to need a fully leveled up cavalry training ground. So we're talking about 70% defense and magic defense increase, 70% hit point increase, stuff like that. So the only way you'll have Templar Knights leveled up is if you've put a lot of resources into actually upgrading your training grounds. Which, once again, maybe 16 people on the server have. Maybe, right? I don't even think we have 16 people who have very, very upgraded training grounds. I really don't. People complain about me saying Chloe all the time, actually. But yeah, I'm not going to call her by what? Clothes? That weird name that they gave her. In any case, they don't do a skin sale, I don't think, but they usually release a skin for the season, and we already know what the skin is. It's the Yulia skin. But there's so many Yulia skins that it's hard to recommend that one. For example, here's another Yulia skin that's coming up in the next 5 months. Okay, so here it is, right? So she's sitting on, I guess. I actually like this skin more than the clock skin. So, yeah. Whether you pick the Season 3 skin for Yulia, or wait for this skin, or just keep Yulia in her default skin, because her default skin is actually pretty nice looking too. It's kind of up to you. Alright, I'm just gonna go back to the Mystery Knight skin for now. But there are, Long Games is starting to focus on increasing skins, I've noticed, you know. Listel with her Orochi skin, you know. Narm, who really should be getting this maid skin soon. You know, the Mystery Knight skin, you know, Yulia skin. There's a whole bunch of more skins coming from what I remember, from what I saw of the patch notes of the most recent patch, so yeah. No, the Egyptian, there is an Egyptian Bozo skin, but it's not a season skin. At least it's not the season 3 skin. It might be the season 4 skin, I'm actually not sure. Alright, so let's go back to focusing on the match, because I have not commentated on this match at all. So yeah, the first turn was just TrueGod moving up, and Roylee is offering Landius as a sacrifice. That really concludes my commentary. So Mystery Knight can charge forward, kill Landius, and probably retreat, right? I'm actually surprised Zerda didn't move any further forward. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Because I have a feeling that Mystery Knight can move up and retreat out of Zerda's range. Oh, that might have been a mistake. That Thunder Zone. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that move at all. He didn't move very far with Mystery Knight either. So Zerda can actually attack and retreat too. But I don't think... But if he does that, Zerda will die, right? To Luna. So, but the thing is, Roylee is going second, so he can use this Zerda move as the very last character to act. So, let's see what happens. I mean, TrueGod, in order to evade Zerda from killing Mystery Knight, is going to have Iris teleport Knight of Mysteries out of the way now. Yeah, I'm just not sure why he didn't have Knight of Mysteries move here, attack, and then retreat up to here. Oh, to do this. I see. Well... Zerda, kill Mystery Knight, retreat 2, force Luna to attack, and then have Claret charge in. I'm still not sure I understand this from TrueGod's side. Unless he's reading something far ahead of me. Oh, maybe Knight of Mysteries cannot be killed by Zerda. That's probably it. Probably has a Star Earring for 30% defense against Archers and Assassins. That's probably it. Marvin, as others mentioned, if you use an AoE box, she's usable. Right? There's so many AoE attackers, that's the thing. So it depends. You know, for example, you can use Lambda, you can use Rene, you can use Liffany, you can use... There's the sheer number of AoE attackers in this game is ridiculous. So it's kind of up to you about Rene. You know? If you do use Rene, she is going to have to be 6 stars, for sure. Yeah. So this Knight of Mysteries should have the whole Star Earring Giant's Resistance build, right? So that's probably why. The other interesting thing is the switch of Zerda from Bloodthirster to this form, right? The Shadow Raid version. I'm actually not sure I agree with that choice, honestly speaking. But with that said, Roylee has much more practice with PvP than I do. He probably knows that the Bloodthirster Zerda probably can't kill Knight of Mysteries in one shot. So, down goes Iris. Why did he put Iris in danger? I think TrueGod thought Iris could tank the hit. Speaking from my personal experience, my Zerda usually cannot kill an Iris with Shadow Raid. Actually, I'm pretty sure this Liena has Meditation Ring. And as long as as long as Liena has Meditation Ring so that the Shrine Maidens kick in, Zerda has difficulty killing off Liena. Difficulty, not guaranteed as well. Okay. Yeah, I don't understand that move either for Knight of Mysteries. Why act again her when you're not going to use her to attack? And really, TrueGod did offer his weakest and most vulnerable character, other than Luna, for Zerda to strike. So, yeah, I'm not sure I understood those two moves either. Oh, I think I know what he's trying to do with Knight of Mysteries. He's trying to move as Knight of Mysteries as much as possible to refresh skills, right? Because once she moves 20 blocks, all skill cooldowns are reset. So that's probably the act again reason, right? So that's why now Knight of Mysteries has 19 tiles moved. And TrueGod probably chose not to attack with Knight of Mysteries because if Knight of Mysteries attacked, Backtrack was not active, right? So she would have been stuck in the front and would have been an easy kill for Claret or Yusuke. But even then, I think... well, we'll see. Losing that healer is a pretty big problem for TrueGod, right? Liana has no heal. Liana has prayer, but she has no, active heal spell. And Roylee has 4 damage dealers. So it's very easy for Roylee to overwhelm the amount of healing that he has now. And Roylee's not going to make a mistake. Like, he's not going to wait. Roylee is not going to use Dark Tinker, I think, until Gospel has worn off. Quick check. Did anyone notice if the Gospel was lasting 3 turns or 2 turns? Right. So does this Liana have Meditation Ring, or does she have the Teddy Bear? Yeah, this battle should be over though. Alright. Starting the assault with Deedlit. Right. Taking out the Royal Cavalry, forcing Liana to pray her up and heal. Right. And then as mentioned, there are still 2 more attack skills available to Roylee, or 3 attack skills, I should say. Right? Claret can attack twice with Lightning Flash and Roar. Yusuke can attack with Dark Tincture. Ah, interesting. Chose to use Claret's Roar. Blood Shield. Come on, really? A Blood Shield activation at this time as well? Although that was interesting. The wind pressure combined with the Queen's Ascension faction buff, right? Got to do quite a bit more fixed damage to Claret than I would have expected. Dark Tinker wipes out Landius for the first time. But the skill is now on cooldown, right? So there's the 4-round cooldown on it. Ooh. So TrueGod is hitting pretty hard with AoE damage right now. And how did Landius just heal? Oh! Elven Aura! I forgot about that. Elven Aura, right? After your characters take action, they heal 30% hit points. So as long as your characters don't die, he's good to go. Okay, so there's no Meditation Ring on Liana. So the Shrine Maidens got broken. Yeah. Deedlit is showing off her powers as a attacking healer in this match. And this match really is all but over. Now, why did Cleric get a double heal? Did I miss something there? Oh wow, look at this. Elven Aura is just healing up every character of Roylee. And Landius has not even died once yet. Not just hasn't lost a unit. Landius has not even activated Indomitable. He will now though. And then the wind pressure AoE should do some fixed damage. But Landius' guard skill is currently down because of Roar. So Luna can be killed very easily. Oh! I was wrong? Okay, now I'm confused. How come Landius didn't guard the previous turn? Right? When Zerda attacked Liena, there was no guarding. Got it, Julian. That makes sense. The flower hat. Didn't Zerda Shadow Raid earlier against Iris? Did it recharge already? What the heck? I guess it did. 2-turn recharge. Okay, fair enough. Okay, I miscounted the turns then. I didn't think Shadow Raid was up already, but nonetheless, Roylee is the winner. Pretty much as expected. And there we have it. So, another season victory for Roylee. And I actually earned some money this time. So 1.2 million gold. I'll take it. Yeah. But honestly speaking, it's not really embarrassing so much as TrueGod truly doesn't know how Deedlit works. Right? I think ultimately that was the cause, You know how I keep saying how people who put money into this game would have a huge advantage, right? Well, in this match, Deedlit completely crushed TrueGod's strategy, right? TrueGod used the strategy of banning healers. But now that Deedlit provides so much healing ability via Elven Aura, via Sea of Miracles, it's not a strategy that works very, very well anymore. I'm pretty sure TrueGod didn't understand how Elven Aura worked, especially with that 30% heal effect. So ultimately, yeah, Deedlit made all the difference this match. And really, unless you've practiced a lot of matches against Deedlit, you wouldn't know how she works. So there we have it. Thanks for watching, guys. How do you get the Yulia skin? I guess that's the last question I'll answer. If you're talking about the Season 3 skin, it will I don't know, in 2 or 3 weeks, it'll probably show up in the store. So it'll be like a limited time skin where you can purchase it for like 14 days or whatever. And if you're talking about the newer skins, then maybe in the next 5 months or so, they'll appear in the store for you to purchase. Stuff like that. Michael, thank you. That explains it. Sea of Miracles. changing the reducing skill cooldown. I was wondering why Zerda recharged his shadow rate so fast. Yeah, that explains it as well. Thank you, Michael. So yes, Deedlit, this finals match was a complete showcase of how OP Deedlit is. Right? Gospel for immunity to debuffs, Sea of Miracles for healing, for buff effects, and for skill cooldown reduction, and Elven Aura for healing. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this stream. I clearly made a lot of mistakes myself because even though I have a 5-star Deedlit, I haven't really started using her, so I'm not too familiar with her skills myself either. But yes, this match was a complete showcase of Deedlit and shows why you really should get her. If you haven't, sorry guys, good luck with Season 4. So, once again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream.